At the federal level alone, taxpayers have spent more than $1 trillion trying to fix K-12 education. Yet researchers at Harvard and Stanford recently studied the past half-century of that attempt. They found that federal interventions thus far have been unable to dent the achievement gap. More than $1 trillion did nothing to shrink the gulf between high-achieving students and low-achieving ones. Now, government has never made anything better or cheaper, more effective or more efficient. And nowhere is that more true than in education. President Trump has said, "There's no failed policy more in need of urgent change than our government-run education monopoly." And he is so right. The President and I are committed to ensuring the department stays in its lane and its proper and legal role. Federal taxpayers contribute less than 9% of total education funding in this country. So why is a federal bureaucracy of more than 3,000 employees necessary to administer it? For more than 30 years, state-initiated solutions to intractable education problems were my primary focus, and they still are. States are where the action is, or at least where it should be. I've always believed problems are best resolved in states and communities driven by community leaders, faith leaders, local and state elected leaders, and importantly, by families committed to their neighbors. So why aren't all education decisions made in states, in local districts, and around kitchen tables? Why shouldn't every state, every community, and every family decide the best ways to spend their dollars for their students? Families in every state need more freedom, much more. And this administration is committed to coming alongside states, our laboratories of democracy, to enhance, to supplement, and to augment what they're already doing, and to encourage them to do more. Which brings me to respect for the rule of law. Too many folks in the swamp believe that the fourth branch of government can legislate with regulations, Dear Colleague letters, and the like. From day one, we put an end to that approach. The Department of Education once again operates under the rule of law, not rule by letter. Just as we know courts exist to say what the law is, not what it should be, I know my job is to implement laws, not write new ones. We are continuing to review every regulation that might keep parents, teachers, communities, and states from serving their students. And we've already rescinded or substantially modified regulations that were massive overreaches, burdensome, costly, or stale. Borrower defense to repayment, gainful employment, accreditation, school discipline, ESSA mandates, Common Core, just to name a few. We are fixing each of these overreaches, including and especially one we all know needs to be made right, Title IX. The prior administration's intentions regarding campus sexual misconduct were laudable. There is no place for sexual violence anywhere. These sick acts can never be swept under the rug, and we must always rise to meet the needs of survivors. But good intentions alone are not enough. The previous administration overreached, imposing policy by political letter. They didn't go through the proper process, and they didn't consult people who know the issue better than they do. That approach only made things more confusing and less reliable for folks who are forced to comply with political guidance, shredding due process and students' rights along the way. It was an egregious use of government force that made for some unlikely allies. I doubt I'll often agree with the American Bar Association or the American College of Trial Lawyers or even Harvard Law faculty. But when it came to the prior administration's approach to this issue, the right, the left, and people in between knew it wasn't working. Students need something better, and they need it now.